Hello and welcome to my keto journey. It's great to have you with us. I hope you are enjoying your Wednesday. It is beautiful here in North Carolina. I live in the woods, so enjoy the scenery. I just want to talk about why diets in the past have not worked for me. If you're watching from YouTube and you would like to subscribe to my channel, please feel free to. I appreciate your support. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back and tuning in with us today. It's great to have you with us. And if you're watching from My Keto Journey on Facebook, hi guys! I hope that you are having a wonderful Wednesday. If you would like to join My Keto Journey from YouTube, you can find the Facebook tab in my banner. It will bring you to our community of 860-ish members. We're growing by the day, which is excellent, and we're there to encourage, motivate and support you through your journey. We have great tips and tricks and recipe ideas. I am a meal planner. I put a 7-day meal plan out every Friday, which is a new one will be up in the group on Friday, and my husband and I, we try and test those ourselves. So let's get to talking about why different diets never worked for me in the past. I will tell you about myself. My name is Sharon Hartley, and I've been following a ketogenic lifestyle now for going on my 15th month. And I just recently reached my 80-pound mark. I am a slower loser because I have polycystic ovary syndrome, I have RA, I have autoimmune disease, I think that's it. But I had a ton more other diseases that I was fighting. So, getting back to the diets. I had done Jenny Craig about 10 years ago. I decided that I've got to do something about my weight. I was getting around the 250-ish mark and I needed to do something. I went into the office, I got weighed, I got measured. They did my transformation photos every week. They'd ask me, do I exercise? Do I keep my water intake up? And, you know, like I did, but there was something about Jenny Craig that just didn't click with me. I didn't like the fact that the food was just like cardboard. It was not enjoyable. And for me, I am a person that I love my food and I want it to taste good. And I just did not like it, and the choices were very limited. Like they will have specific meals for you. It all goes by calorie deficit. So I was on a 2,000 calorie diet. And really, I wasn't losing at the rate that I thought I would. And I was paying like over $100 a week for my food, just for one person. And for one person, that's a lot. Like considering that I can do a shop here in America for a lot less for one person. And even two people. So it just became the fact that it wasn't affordable. I felt like it wasn't sustainable. Then I had things happen in my family. Someone in my family had passed away and I just spiraled down. I had gained all my weight that I had lost and I had gained a lot more. So Jenny Craig, yes, I lost weight. I lost 50 pounds on Jenny Craig, but I tell you, they changed their programs so many times. Like, they have so many different ways of how to do it. Whereas the ketogenic diet, or lifestyle, I should say, is just one kind of complete way. Yes, we all do keto differently. We do strict keto, we do lazy keto, we do keto how the medical people do it. We all have our own way of doing keto. We do it as easy or as hard as we want to do it. We exercise, we don't exercise. You don't have to exercise to be on the ketogenic diet straight away. You can exercise later on when you've dropped the weight off your body, because when you exercise, when you go to the gym and you do cardio workouts, heavy cardio workouts, your adrenaline glands, your adrenaline, it just brings you down and you get tired. It's putting too much stress on the body too soon, because the body needs to adapt first to the ketogenic lifestyle, but also it's trying to adapt to exercise as well. So don't put the pressure on yourself straight away to hit the gym every day. You know, go on a 20-minute walk. Go on a 5-minute walk if that's all you can do. Get moving. Get moving. Find something that you like doing where you're moving. But don't put any pressure on yourself to go out and do it hardcore, because a lot of people go out to the gym and they do hardcore training and they retain water. They retain water, and they're not the mailman's coming up. Yay, a package. You know, they're not losing and they're gaining muscle, and they're seeing that the scales are going up, and people get just discouraged from that. So you want to just sort of lay off the exercise at the start, and then I'd say roughly when you hit about 50 pounds, then start to exercise. But for myself, I had done... Hold on, sorry. Yes? You can just drop it off on the 4730, yes. Yes. Okay, thank you. Sorry about that, guys. So anyway, getting back to the diets. So after Jenny Craig, I had then done Weight Watchers. And I went with my mum, and she did Weight Watchers too. She hasn't really struggled with her weight like I have. So, you know, she just needed to lose a little bit. But she was basically just there to support me with my weight. And like I said, I have battled and struggled with my weight my entire life, even when I was a child. Going in there and getting on the scales in front of a whole ton of people, having people like look over you and watch you, and so many people were like taking off their bracelets, taking off their watches, and they were wearing the same clothes. You go there and you wear the same clothes, and they were taking their clothes off, like in their underwear basically. I know, it was crazy. I never did that. I was just like, you know, I'm not comfortable with doing that. And they would have meetings and they would measure you, but it's just something that I don't like to share with people. Like, I like to sort of keep that thing to myself. I'm a very private person. I'm happy to share with you what I weigh, but getting on the scales in front of like maybe 100 people, no, I just felt really put off by that. So I don't want to ever do something like that. And I feel that the ketogenic lifestyle is you're in the privacy of your own home. Excuse me, I have a call. Sorry, my husband just called me. So getting back to the ketogenic lifestyle, I like to weigh myself in the privacy of my own home. I don't want to be going around a bunch of people and weighing myself in front of a bunch of people. People who are judging, and people who give you looks and make comments. No, that wasn't for me. And also, Weight Watchers has changed their way of doing it as well. Counting points. Now you can eat ice cream and cake. Like, I don't think so. I don't think you can eat ice cream and cake and still lose weight. Like, they're saying that you can eat regular sugar and still lose weight. That you can have a bag of potato chips and still lose weight. No, you can't. You can't. They're like, carbs is the main reason that we're all overweight. There's so much obesity here in the States. Like, I'm from Australia, and I don't, like, yes, I see a lot of obese people when I'm out on my errands in Australia and here. And I must tell you that here is a lot more than in Australia, and kids are becoming obese. So we've got to stop that generational thing where we're feeding our kids pizzas and crap and junk, and we've got to start getting them eating healthy. And they have added healthier foods in the canteens at school, but it's got to be something that the kids are going to be able to enjoy and not put to the side and think disgusting. So, you know, you've got to make the meals enjoyable and fun for the kids. Get the kids in the kitchen to help you. That's what kids love to do. They love to be involved. So get them in the kitchen to help you, even if it's just to hand you the utensils. And they like to watch. They like to watch how you're making keto bread or keto cupcakes or something like that. Just get them involved, and that's going to also educate them about food and about food choices as well, about what's healthy for them. And they're just going to keep on eating that way, not knowing any different. But with all the junk food and all the advertisements on TV, we get so caught up in that when we eat it, we think, oh, this is great. But no, you're going to add more weight on to your body, which it doesn't need. So really, you know, it needs to be a lifestyle change. It doesn't need to be a diet. Like, I believe that when I called Jenny Craig and Weight Watchers and Slim Fast, I tried Slim Fast meal replacements as well, and that didn't work either. The foods just wasn't a huge variety of foods like keto is. And I like getting in the kitchen and cooking my food. I like prepping my food. I like to know what's in my food. And a lot of the foods that are Jenny Craig and Weight Watchers and Slim Fast, that's all processed crap. And we want to stay away from processed crap as much as we can. We want to be eating whole foods, real foods, holistic way. That is what our body needs. It's just like back in the days of the caveman, where they hunted their food and gathered their food. That is what we need to be doing. We need to be eating lots of meat, lots of vegetables that is organic and not pesticides and chemicals in them. So, you know, I really believe that if you say this is a diet, then it's going to be a struggle for you. It is a lifestyle change. It's going to be a thing that you're going to do for the rest of your life. It's a commitment that you've made to yourself. It's a promise that you've made to yourself. You may have made it to your family as well. And you've got to be dedicated and ready to make the change. And making the change today is going to help you out so much. You're going to change as a person. You're going to see a transformation in yourself, in looks, in weight, in health conditions, in insulin resistance, diabetes, polycystic ovary syndrome, IBS, Parkinson's disease, Alzheimer's disease, ADHD, ADD, and the likes like that. But, you know, like, don't think of this as a diet, because you just put so much pressure on yourself. It can be so overwhelming. If you find it hard to track, then don't. I mean, do a journal instead of what you're eating. And I noticed that when, just to give you a bit of advice from me, I had stopped tracking. And that is when I hit my stall and plateau. I noticed that I just wasn't losing any weight. So counting your macros is still important. But, you know, some people don't track. Some people don't count their macros and they'll still lose weight. So whatever's easier for you, whatever style of keto that you want to do, don't let anyone be judgmental of what you're doing. If you're finding it easy to grab a bulletproof coffee in the morning, go ahead. Go ahead and do that. If that works for you and you're losing weight, great, because not a lot of people have time to cook bacon and eggs in the morning. Some people just grab a bulletproof coffee on the go. A lot of mums I know that do it, and they add their eggs, they add their protein into it. So, you know, I think that everyone has their own style to keto, and we should all support one another in our journey, because not everyone's going to be the same. Not everyone has the same DNA. Not everyone is the same shape or size. Not everyone has the time to be in the kitchen for an hour meal prepping. Do what's best for you. Hi, Judy. It's great to have you with us. Love my bulletproof coffee. Yeah, so see, bulletproof coffee has many, many benefits. It has benefits in energy. It has benefits that it's quick and easy to just grab on the go, and it's getting your fats in for the day. A lot of people have struggled with getting their fats in for the day. They might not like salami, they might not like fatty meats and things like that. So they might just like to drink their fats, and that's okay, because any kind of keto is better than no keto. It's better than the American standard diet, all the bad habits that we had before. You know, we're changing our lives, so that's what should matter with our ketogenic lifestyle. Now, I have come across a lot of people where it has been their way or the highway. You know, they've said do it this way, or you know, you're out of my group. And I'm not like that in my group. I learn from everyone's experiences. I like the differences. I like that we're all different. And sometimes it gives me ideas how to switch up my journey, because I'll be doing things the same for so long, and then my weight will slow down, and someone might come up with a suggestion of what they're doing, and I might think, yeah, hey, I'm going to try that, and I try that, and it works. It works. So, you know, I believe that with the ketogenic lifestyle, that you can switch it up as many times as you like, just as long as you stay with the ketogenic lifestyle. Also, the other thing that I just quickly want to mention is when you get to maintenance, you will not be going back to eating carbs again. I've heard so many people talk about carb cycling, about bringing sweet potato and grains and wheats back into their diet, into their lifestyle. Diet is kind of like not in my vocab anymore, because it's just it's a trigger word for me. I think if I think it's a diet, that it's not going to work. But I've been doing this for 15 months now, and I never thought that I would be this successful. I never thought that I would stay on track, that I would lose 80 pounds. And it just makes me feel so great. And I see so many of my members on my keto journey lose so much weight. Some people lose over 100 pounds a year. And that is excellent. I'm really, really happy for those people. But getting back to maintenance, when you hit maintenance, people will say, bring back carbs. Yes, you can, but bring back healthy carbs. Bring back the veggies. Eat more broccoli. Eat more cauliflower. Eat more kale. That kind of thing. Eat healthy carbs. Don't go back to bread. Don't go back to bread. Don't go back to potatoes. Yes, you can have a sweet potato occasionally, but even then, the body will fight you with that. It will be like, okay, well, they've been feeding me this whole food and fresh food and doing a holistic approach, and now they're putting this crap back into my system. What's going on? The body is just going to be so confused, and you're most likely to gain your weight back, and maybe even more, if you keep adding in carbs. Don't let them creep in. This way of life can be sustainable even in maintenance mode. You will know, your body will know when you're comfortable at your maintaining weight, and you will stick to that. So also the other thing I just want to mention about goals. Yes, I have a goal to get down to 177. That was my goal. 136-pound loss was going to be my goal. But, you know, I've been thinking about this. Keto is for life. There is no end goal with keto. It is going to be a lifestyle, and I'm in it for the health benefits, fighting my diseases, seeing a change in myself, living a better life and living my life for the first time. So there is no end goal. There is no end goal for anyone. Don't think, oh, you know, like 100 pounds, that's it. Now I can go back to the way that I was before, because that's not going to work. That is not going to work. If you go back to the way that you were eating before and put junk and chemicals in your body, you're going to go back to being overweight, obese, morbidly obese. So make sure that this is something that you can maintain for the rest of your life, because you're going to feel so good. And once you go back to carbs and everything like that, you're going to start feeling crap again. You're going to start having the keto flu. You're going to just... yeah, you do not want to fall backwards. And I don't want to see you fall backwards. You have put all that hard work into your journey. Why undo all that hard work? So, getting back to goals. Yes, you can set yourself goals. I was setting myself 10-pound goals at the start. But then I thought, you know, I'm putting too much pressure on myself. I didn't get to 10 pounds every month, and that was okay. Like, I wasn't even worried if I was losing, because I knew that I was healing from the inside out. It's like the iceberg mode. You see what's on top, which is your results with your weight and your clothes and your measurements, but you don't see what is below in the water, and that's the healing effects that the ketogenic lifestyle can do. And that is like healing cells. Your diseases are going away. You're coming off your insulin. You're reversing your insulin resistance. And yes, I have had people that have been able to reverse their insulin in 4 weeks. 4 weeks, guys. They have done it in by following strict ketogenic lifestyle. And I will tell you that if you reverse your insulin, and if you're doing the ketogenic lifestyle, but then if you go back to adding carbs and sugars again, it's going to come back. It's going to come back, because that is the body's tendency. It works that way. So set yourself goals. I'm not saying that goals are bad. Set yourself goals, because we all should challenge ourselves, and we shouldn't also compare ourselves to others. Like I said previously, there are people who lose up to 100 pounds in a year, and not everyone is going to be able to lose 100 pounds in a year, because we're all different. We're all different DNAs. We're all fighting different diseases. We're all shapes and sizes. Our body works differently. So don't put the pressure on yourself that you have to lose 100 pounds in a year. Don't put pressure on yourself. Don't become overwhelmed with that. And if you don't get to the 100-pound mark, don't be disappointed. Just be proud of what you have accomplished. Be proud of the determination, the passion that you've put into this, the hard work that you've put into this, that you're better when you started, that it is changing your life for the better, that you're a new person, because you are a new person with keto. You totally change. Your whole attitude even to life changes, because you're able to do so many different things. You have so much energy. It just makes you feel good. So why would you want to give up on that? But don't beat yourself up also on the scale as well. I have to keep moving this around, sorry. Don't beat yourself up on the scale as well. Some people are so focused on numbers, so obsessed with numbers, that it's like the numbers only matter. But no, the numbers don't matter. The measurements definitely matter. the inches lost. That matters, because the measuring tape, the strings that you're measuring yourself with, some people do it with strings, that's going to show you more than what the scales are. The scales are going to fluctuate day by day, and with women, with their cycles and things like that, with water retention, different times of the day. When you go to the doctor's office, their scales are going to be up and down and not the same as your scales. So don't get discouraged by the scales. Stay off them. Weigh once a month, weigh once a week, but don't weigh every day. Don't let the scales define you. Don't let the scales ruin your journey. Don't let them ruin your mood. Don't let them get you depressed. Don't let them have you overthink and start having anxiety about it, because I know a lot of people do. And I, at the start, was weighing every single day. It was interesting to see how certain foods would put me up and then I would go down, but it just didn't do me any good. I've never been one to look at the numbers, because I know that they're going to change. They're going to change, and I also have a thing that I do. So yes, I have reached my 80-pound mark, but I will not speak about my weight until I am to 90 pounds. I will not say I'm up 2 pounds today, or I'm up 1 pound today, because I feel for myself that is kind of, it triggers me with, I've had depression in my past, I've had anxiety in my past, and I feel that works me up. And that doesn't gain anything for me. So the next time that you hear me talk about my weight will be when I drop something, because I'm not going to be, you know, I've gone up or I've gone down, and I'm not going to say I've only lost, because that's not in my vocab either. Any amount that you lose, even if it is ounces, it is something. It is something to be proud of. Something to, it's an accomplishment. And even if you go down inches and your measurements as well, count that. Some people don't even count that. They don't even think of the health benefits. They don't think of those aspects of the lifestyle. So in conclusion to my video is, don't think of this as a diet, because once you think of it as a diet, it doesn't become sustainable to you. It kind of like, just with your mindset, just thinks, oh, I'm on a diet, I've got to watch what I eat, I've got to track, I've got to see what I am on the scales, and you overthink it and overstress. And don't think of this as a diet. Don't think of it as, oh, I can't eat this or I can't eat that. If I go out to a social event or a gathering, I won't be able to eat any of this. Keep yourself in check. Keep yourself able to plan ahead of time to know, well, okay, I'm going to this function, and even ask, like, what foods are you going to serve today? If there's a meat platter or a cheese platter, if there's deviled eggs, go for that. It is a total lifestyle change, Judy. It really is. So don't think of it as a diet, because when you think of it as a diet, failure occurs, and we don't want failure. And even if you do fail, get back on track. Get back on track and keep yourself there. We all are human, we all slip up, but I think it takes a couple of times to really realize what you're doing to your body if you're eating carbs and sugars. There's no judgments here whatsoever. I want you to share the bad times, the struggles and challenges that you're facing with myself in my keto journey group, because I'm there to support you through that. We all have bad days. I have bad days. I have bad days. Sometimes I have emotional days, you know, where I beat myself up. But no longer beating yourself up. That's not permitted. We have to treat ourselves great, because that's what we are. We are greatness. I hope that you have a beautiful day, And let me know what you're doing for the rest of your week. I would love to hear what your plans are and how your ketogenic lifestyle is working out for you, and different ways that you're doing that might help with your weight loss. It might also help with someone else. Everyone's advice is going to be different. My advice is not going to work for everyone. And when you make a lifestyle change like this, always consult with your doctor. Some doctors are not for the ketogenic diet, but obviously it's your choice. But just, yeah, look into it. Research it, pick up any book that you can, research it online. You're going to find conflicting information through a lot of Facebook groups, and my advice would stick to 5 Facebook groups that you like. Stick to the smaller groups because they're the ones that are going to be able to offer you more support and more advice. They're going to have time to help you along the way. So I hope that you have enjoyed this video and related to some of the things that I've spoken about today. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're watching from YouTube. Take care, guys. Keto on, vlog on.